Hello, welcome to Lackluster Reactions. I'm your Lackluster Actor, here today for an episode of your Forma. Last week, we are getting a flashback arc to one of the mysteries that we've heard a bit about in our time with our detectives. And we also got some of Harold's backstory about how he became a detective and how he got involved with a certain case. But without further ado, let's get started. So we got the usual opening. So, what do we have for our current mystery so far? Honestly, we don't have much. We've just had this situation, which is that the Nightmare of St. Petersburg is going around and cutting up people who are sympathetic to Animuses. I need to turn this down, but I also needed to stop buffering for me, please. Yep, that. One moment. I'll be right back. Okay, I've left it to sit for a bit to hopefully get rid of the buffering, and I've got it back to where it was supposed to be after I accidentally rewound a bit instead of adjusted volume like I was trying to. It's the only thing I actually adjusted the volume. And I think 5% as slow as I'm getting it. Anyway, I think my computer volume's louder than I usually have it, that's why. Anyway, resuming in 3, 2, 1. And so, what was I even talking about? So, Nightmare of St. Petersburg is cutting up people who are sympathetic to Animuses, which our detective came to over time after he actually was able to communicate with Harold and see how much potential he had for being a detective himself. So, but that's really all we have. That whoever's doing it hates Animuses. And the way Ray talked about them not being real. Okay. If it buffers over time, then I'm okay. Be right back again. See you soon. Okay, third time's the charm. Hopefully that has loaded in far enough. So let us go. But anyway, we're at the end of the opening anyway, so I won't say anymore, but my conclusion for what I was saying was that we don't have any solid clues at this point. The question is, how will we get solid clues? Well, most people should be moved by listening to Tchaikovsky. Yeah, probably hurts, doesn't it? You. I don't think we've heard anything about you when we are in the future. Not sure if that means anything. It might be too soon to just poke fingers at any guy and say that he's the nightmare, but where's a mystery shows that we should get introduced to someone soon if we haven't already. It could have been the depressed guy on the cleanup team. So 2.5 years have passed, which means approaching when our team meets up. I think we can eliminate the brother. Ah, so the way he's coping is with stepping into his life and trying to fill the shoes left opened. Not healthy, but no one's doing therapy for robots, unfortunately. Oh, we're back to present day. I was kind of hoping we would just be fully focusing on the nightmare, but okay. So now he's officially the third in their team. Yeah. Okay. I'm reevaluating something. We have heard of the Nightmare of St. Petersburg, but I don't remember if they said it was a closed case or an open case. It could still be an open case. I've just been assuming it's been a closed case because I know that they at least skipped one case from the original source. I don't remember if it's not novels or novels, but which could have been the other case that we were dealing with the aftermath of last time, and not the nightmare. Which would be disappointing because I thought this arc would be how they met and be covering the first arc, but doesn't look like it at this point. Yeah, sure. That's an interesting point as well. Normally, if you would be able to tell a difference between a meat and a cheese. Not sure if that's something we should take note of. Be some suspicious to some point of our detective, but I just filed away just in case. Nice no jabs. Nice jab on your end too. From Nightmare. Oh, even worse. Oh, this has been going on. No, goes without saying. But that doesn't explain the phone call. Right. So where did they get an imitation of his voice then? I was about to say who else would it be, but we just met two people earlier this episode who it could be, who would push to have a case solved. The brother and the mother. But it being Okay. You're an actual Animus. No. You worked there in the past, you know. And the killer would want real Nightmare one of your schemes. Well, you are the police too, but that that's too soon to say. Yeah. Again, it's probably the little brother and mother. And you are suspicious of being involved either the previous case or this case. You say that. Yeah, you're on a team, unofficially. Looks like officially then. Do we? Oh no, that's that's him. Okay, but bigger, sit down. I want to give people a scoff in the past. And you are. If he's married. They're married to each other. Interesting. We can only hope. Yeah. So him. So it didn't end up being the brother or the mother, but it ended up still was the same line to lead to the actual person doing it. And for all we know, he could be doing it in relation to their wishes. And now they found the person. So that company they were investigating makes artificial intelligence that mimics real people, and they were specifically using it to make him, the old detective. Which that works one way. I was expecting it to be more like Scream 3 with a voice changes specifically tuned to his voice, but that works too. But the problem is that still doesn't get us any closer to the actual Nightmare, just a copycat. That's what else. I think overall that's it. Let's see. Anyway, nothing after credits. So the piece all is still coming together, but again, it's just a copycat. It's not the actual Nightmare of St. Petersburg. So this has got to get us somewhere eventually, right? In real life, it would probably be a toss-up, but well, even in real life, I guess something like this might be enough to get the real one to act in regards to the copycat, but it's highly more likely to be happening in anime. So, but either way, thank you everyone who came and stopped by to watch this episode with me. I hope you all have a good week, and I look forward to next week's episode and hope some of you stop by to watch it with me as well. Until then, take care.